Did you know that students who follow a structured revision plan are twice as likely to achieve top grades in GCSEs? If you're aiming for those 8s and 9s, or if you're a parent who is aiming for your child to have grades 8 to 9, then this video is going to be for you. So one of the biggest challenges that students face with their GCSE is juggling all of these different subjects, feeling overwhelmed, and really just not sure where to start. So by the end of this video, you'll have a simple yet powerful revision plan designed to help you and your child achieve those top grades with confidence. Hi there, I'm Sylvia Browne. I'm the lead tutor here at the Impact Academy, and I've helped hundreds of students jump up to 3 grades in their GCSEs and achieve those top grades in Maths and Science. Today, I'm going to share a proven revision plan that can help you do the same as well. So why is it important to have a revision plan? Well, without a revision plan, students often waste time randomly revising different contents, just picking up different contents from the curriculum. But especially so, they often just end up learning and relearning what they already know and what they're already comfortable with. And that ends up leaving major gaps in their knowledge. So if we have a structured revision plan, that would allow us to focus on the right subjects and the right topics at the right time. And what that means is it's going to end up helping us to reduce stress and overwhelm, ensure all of the key topics are covered thoroughly, and it helps students track their progress and stay motivated right through till exam day. So stay till the end of this video to get the exact revision template that I use with my students to help them go from feeling overwhelmed and underprepared to confident and exam ready. Okay, so we're going to jump into the 3-step revision plan to help you get all grades 8 and 9s in your GCSE. So there's an analogy that I normally use with my parents for various reasons. And that analogy is this. If somebody had a stab wound and they also had a headache and had to go to the emergency to be treated, what will the doctor do first? Will the doctor deal with the headache first? Will the doctor deal with the stab wound first? Or will the doctor attend to both at the same time? Of course, the doctor is going to attend to the stab wound first. Why? Because that is serious. That is the one that, if it is not treated promptly, it would have the most dire consequences. So we need to learn from this then and apply it to our studies. So what we need to do in our revision plan for GCSE is we need to identify our strengths, but more importantly, our weaker areas. We need to identify a weaker subject, so we know which subjects we should allocate more time to, but also the weaker topics. What are those topics that we are struggling with? And there are various ways that you can do this. You could use, past test scores. So look at your, past papers, mock exams, what were those areas that you didn't do so well in your mock exams, not even just topics, but type of questions perhaps that you find you're struggling with. You can use checkbooks. Another simple way to do that is just to look through the contents page of your books and kind of go through and go, oh, I don't know what that is, or I'm not very good with that. Once we identify those weaker areas, we can then focus on those weaker areas. And by focusing on these areas first, that will make the biggest difference in our final grades, just as treating a stab wound first is going to make a biggest difference to a person, right? Because there's no point in treating the headache when the stab wound is still there and has those huge consequences. A good way to do this then is using the traffic light system. So you can go through a checklist, use green to, look at topics that you look at that you think, I'm happy with this, 80% there, maybe even 70% there, I'll give that a green. I think I'm okay, maybe 50, 60% there, I'll give that an amber. And I'm about 30% there, there's a lot of work to go, I'll give that a red. And those are the topics that you now need to start working on. So once you identify your weakness, this will then give you a great starting point as to where to focus on. So the first step then in the GCSE revision plan to get all grades 8s and 9s is to assess and prioritize the focus areas. Step 2 in the GCSE revision plan to get grades 8 and 9 is to create a weekly revision schedule. So have a timetable or something like a timetable and allocate specific time slots for each subject and topic, not just subject, but topic as well. And that makes it easy for you when you go down to revise, when you go sit down to revise, you know which topic you are going to focus on, and that helps to actually minimize procrastination. You don't need to spend 20 minutes thinking, okay, where do I start? What topic should I focus on? In that weekly revision schedule, include breaks. Super, super important. It is what we teach our students here at the Impact Academy. Why are breaks important? Well, research actually shows that GCSE students, so this research was done on GCSE students that have breaks in their timetable are putting themselves first. They understand in that, okay, yes, I need to have a break between my study sessions, or I need to have so many hours on a Saturday morning or on a Tuesday evening so that I can do my thing, go out with my friends and so on and so forth. They're putting themselves first, and by putting themselves first, it gives them that balance between their studies and, I guess, their extracurricular life. And that helps them to be the most consistent, and they therefore do better at GCSE. So very important to put breaks in your timetable, in your schedule, and don't overfill that. Now, when you add effective learning to that consistency in your schedule, that will really take your learning to the next level. And that brings me to step number 3. Step number 3 in the GCSE revision plan to get all grades 8 and 9 is to use effective revision techniques. Now, by now, we should all know, or most of us by now know, that just reading and rereading and nodding along and saying, yeah, I get that, that makes sense, and highlighting doesn't work so well anymore in terms of understanding and having information into our long-term memory. What you need to do is you need to use active revision methods instead. Methods like past papers, self-quizzing, teaching somebody, sketching a diagram, and so on and so forth. But you have to use each of these methods depending on what you're studying for. So you can't employ the same revision method necessarily for maths as you do for science, or for physics as you do for biology. So really, really important that you're able to use all of these revision techniques, but in the right scenario, and that would help you to get the most outcome. That would help you to understand better, and it would help you retain the information better and prepare you better for exams. Okay, so I have a video on effective study techniques that every student must know, and that will be coming up shortly, so you can watch that You can watch that video that'll be coming up in a moment. Also, if you would like a downloadable revision plan template that would help you identify your weaker subjects as well as topics, identify the specific areas that you need to focus on for your subjects, for your maths and your science and your other subjects, that would also help you plan and schedule when to focus on these topics and how to get the most benefit out of your revision session, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description below that you can use to get that downloadable revision plan template. All right, that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.